The majority of online resources regarding porn addiction recovery are mostly inspirational. That is, they are geared to motivate you to stop. In other words, to decide to stop, to will yourself to stop. This is the biggest porn addiction recovery myth out there. And I'm going to debunk it for you. But first, if you are new to my channel, subscribe. If you are returning but have not subscribed, do so now, because you know I have a lot of what I call practical insights, know-how, and how-tos, guidelines to help you recover porn addiction and masturbation successfully. I was addicted to porn and masturbation for 23 years, from the age of 13 till 36. I'm about to turn 40, so it's been 4 years since I've been out, and successfully so, through a lot of studies, through a lot of research and diligent applications of my research. I've been able to succeed, and now I coach men to do the same, to heal themselves and to come out. If you're ready, I'm ready. The myth is willpower. If I inspire you to take action. I motivate you to take action. But if I stop there, just inspiring you, you may not have the how-tos to take action. Because inspiration is just that. It's a motivation to take action. The majority of online resources surrounding porn addiction recovery have to do with inspiration. On YouTube, there are tons of guys talking about porn addiction, how it happens, what causes it, what sustains it, and we need to quit. And that's where it stops. In my journey, I was confused, frustrated, trying to find how-tos, trying to find practical guidelines, like do these things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I couldn't. I found a few, but I had to go through my own trial and error to bring myself out. So I'm gonna share a few ideas with you to see why willpower is not enough. First of all, if willpower was enough, you wouldn't be watching this video right now. You would have already been healed from porn addiction. How many times have you told yourself, decided, sworn that you would never go back to porn until you find yourself doing it? In fact, when you finally go back, you binged, right? If you used to do it once a day, now you did it twice a day, because willpower is self-restraint, right? And as you hold yourself back, you're building tension. Just like you're pulling a cord, right? You're pulling a cord. You're applying that tension. If you let go, you know it's gonna swing all the way to the other side. You know that, right? That's what willpower does. When you do things through willpower, should you relapse, which you're going to, because you're restraining yourself, you're building the tension. When you do let go, or when you do relapse, you will swing to the very opposite side. This is a psychological fact, and this is also a metaphysical fact. In fact, it's called the law of rhythm. It's the principle of rhythm. It's one of the principles in the 7 Hermetic principles, because that's caused by vibration. Whatever position you hold, the opposite position is forever pulling you towards this direction. Did you get that? Whatever position you hold, there are forces enacted to pull you towards the opposite of that direction. If you have a position of no, there will be an opposite force calling you to switch to yes. That's the law of the universe, vibration, and the law of rhythm, and the law of polarity. If willpower was enough, you would have stopped already. Willpower is not enough. Number 2, second reason that willpower is not enough, most of our actions are on autopilot. 95% of our actions are on autopilot. You're not even aware that you're doing it. See, if you're not even aware that you're doing it, you can't apply willpower, because willpower is a function of consciousness. Willpower is a conscience of the logical mind. Willpower can only be activated when you are awake, when you are aware. So let's say every time you watch porn, it's because your consciousness drops. You can't think straight. You're not thinking right. You're not in the right state of mind. In that state of mind, you cannot use willpower, because you cannot sustain it. The third reason why willpower is not enough is because willpower, science tells us, you can read the book Willpower Instinct by Kelly McGonigal. She's a professor at Harvard, I believe. She wrote a book. I have this book around. I probably would show it to you. It was somewhere around. The Willpower Instinct. She argues that willpower is finite. As you wake up and you go about your business throughout the day, your willpower is decreasing. That's why most porn addiction activities happen at night. You go to work, you're tired, your willpower is low. By the time you get home, 11, midnight, 1, 2 in the morning, you don't have any more willpower left. You're just a zombie. You go to porn, right? So willpower is not enough. Another reason, or I think that's about 4th reason why willpower is not enough, is because willpower is not sustainable. If you wake up in the morning, you're very strong, and you happen to get angry, you happen to get sad, you happen to get disappointed about something, you happen to get frustrated or stressed, anytime these negative emotions take place, your willpower drops. So porn is winning all day. So all these inspirations about men need to stop watching porn, men need to quit, and one of the reasons I couldn't find answers, and I'm sure perhaps for you too, is because anybody you would mention porn addiction to, they would say, well, just stop. As if the cigarette smoker can just stop, as if the alcoholic person can just stop, as if it's not willpower. It's the system. And that's what I had to study. I had to study neuroplasticity. I had to study neuroscience. I had to study physiology and biology to understand how my body works, because it wasn't my will no more. It was my body. Why? Because we take action on autopilot 95% of the time. So really, what's inside of our brain that's running our brain is what's driving our behavior. So then, if we want to change our behavior, we need to change what's inside of our brain. And neuroscience tells us through neuroplasticity that the brain is reprogrammable. The brain is malleable. We can change the connection, the neural connections in our brain, for the brain to stop wanting one thing in favor of another thing. That's all porn addiction or any addiction recovery is about. To reprogram the brain to stop making connection and to stop associating pleasure with porn and start associating pleasure to other things in life. Like right now, perhaps nothing else in your life has the highest level of pleasure but porn. That's how it was for me. But by reprogramming the brain, eventually the brain starts making connections and starts associating pleasure, dissociating pleasure from porn and associating pleasure to other things in real life. Like going to the park, enjoying a nice conversation with a stranger, taking up a hobby, going back to school, playing a sport, writing a book, creating a YouTube channel, moving, traveling around the world, focusing on accumulating wealth, becoming rich, creating a great business in the community. Right now, your brain cannot do these things because it's not associating pleasure from that. I worked all day. I've been on the road all day. I just got home. This is how I've been on the road since 7 in the morning. The first thing I did, I came to the house. I did not even use the restroom. You know how when you come home and then you go take a leak? I did not. I came straight to this spot where I shoot my videos. I just pull my camera, set up, and I'm recording this video because I made my notes all day. It's been on my mind all day. I have to do it. My brain now associates pleasure with recording these videos. My brain associates pleasure with providing you with this information. So therefore, it stopped associating pleasure with watching porn and masturbation. No, because pleasure for my brain now is semen retention, all this energy, all these great comments on YouTube, the book that I'm planning, my coaching practice with guys and seeing their lives change. That's pleasure for my brain now. So through neuroplasticity, you can take charge to rewire your brain. And psychologically speaking, you will recondition your subconscious mind. And what that means is you're going to reprogram the subconscious mind to change beliefs about yourself, beliefs about your self-esteem, beliefs about what you want out of life and who you are. Right now, the beliefs in your subconscious mind are beliefs that drive low self-esteem, negative self-image, aimlessness, lack of purpose, self-hate, self-loathing, self-disrespect. Those are the beliefs that are at the very bottom in your subconscious mind, and they are the beliefs that are driving your self-destruction. So what I want to do in this video is to shift your perspective, to stop focusing on inspiration, to start looking for instead how-tos and focusing on rewiring your brain. So you could be on YouTube, Google, and Amazon looking at materials, right, for porn recovery, addiction recovery, but you don't have an aim. You don't have an aim as to specifically what you're looking for. You may think you're looking for specifically porn addiction recovery, but within that category, there are many subcategories. Number one of them is inspiration. Yo, you need to quit porn. You need to stop watching porn. How dare you? You don't. But it's like the church. No offense to any religious person, but back when I used to be in the Christian church, that's what I used to see. A lot of hyped messages. But when I left church, I didn't know how to live my life. It wasn't until I began to study and research and found practical, scientific notions, concepts. It wasn't until then that my life started changing. So it's the same here. All this preaching about you stopping is good to motivate you. But now you need to shift your perspective to actually doing the work to reprogram your mind. And the way we reprogram your mind is through a change evaluation of your current beliefs, and we design new beliefs through affirmations, through meditation, through well-planned and crafted activities, daily activities that will shift your attention, that will shift your focus. Very small activities, but that have an incremental value to them, because they will accumulate. The next one will build up on the first one. That will slowly but surely veer off your brain from focusing on porn to focusing on other things in life, and for you to derive pleasure from other things in life. So look for those materials. Focus your mind on materials that can help you rewire your brain. Affirmations, subliminal messages, and books and videos. And of course, you can always email me. You can always check out my Patreon, and to see I have 3 levels of coaching available depending on what your current needs is. There is a level 1 is no FAP, anxiety, social anxiety, depression. If you're at that first level and you want to get rid of that, I can coach you to do that. And there is a second level up that is energy building, energy 360. We assess, where I help you assess your current energy field, and we plug the leaks. We help you keep the energy that you have, and then redirect that energy, and then repeat the cycle. And then there's a third level where that's where now you can call me, video, FaceTime me, and we can talk, and then that can go into other areas of your life. Because as you recover from porn, you will make some decisions, as leaving certain relationships, moving out of certain places, jobs, because you had low self-esteem. Now that you're having good self-esteem, you may need coaching on what kind of jobs to look next, how to revamp your resume. That's what this level of coaching is for. Find my email in the About section on YouTube, email me, or check my Patreon link down below. Remember now, willpower is not enough. So stop saying, I'm gonna stop watching porn, and start saying, I am going to rewire my brain, for my brain to automatically decide on something else other than porn, because 95% of my actions are already automatic anyway, and my willpower depletes throughout the day. I can't stop myself. Until next time, remember, you are a king, you are a distinguished man, and stay in your kingdom. Subscribe. Bye.